Salutations fam, DarkslayerArim here with HaltessiaGaming, and in this video I'm just going to be going over the changes that have been present in the recent Dragon Ball FighterZ patch that has recently dropped. I'm going to go over a lot of the general changes that were made and then the individual character changes, and yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. So we're going to be having we have a new mode. It looks like tournament mode has been added. A trophy room has been added, so that's interesting. Looking forward to seeing what that looks like. Immediately the thought that comes to mind is like the trophy system from like Super Smash Bros, and I wonder if it'll work something like that. We're going to be getting some Christmas capsules, which will probably be similar to the Halloween thing, where we got some special lobby characters, we got new colors, and I'm kind of interested if we're gonna get like the typical red and green, or how that's gonna work. Super Dash, let's see, from what I'm seeing, it looks like they may have fixed that weird thing where if you super dash and then it like loops back around, it like crosses up. Like, it looks like they fixed that. It says fix a super dash not ending immediately when it clashes with other moves. I don't really know what that one means, but hopefully it's a quality of life change. Fix super dash's trajectory acting strange when the opponent vanishes. So this is actually a very important change, because let me tell you, there is nothing more tilting to me. Well, there are some things more tilting, but I get really tilted when I see them super dash. I'm like, okay, let me vanish, and then instead of me hitting them out of the super dash just goes, nah bruh, and it just turns around and hits me. Yeah, so it seems like they fixed that. They made some bug fixes. It seems there was a buff to guard cancel and Z chain, so it's like if you swap out, because you know how when you swap out you're like kind of in a super dash animation, same with guard cancel. So they seem to have made the hit stop on block the same as super dash, so that's pretty good. So yeah, just some buffs to guard cancel. It takes away your smash on hit, so I'm not sure if that means you won't be able to vanish afterwards, or if it like just gives you the wall bounce, but it seems like they just made it a nice buff to guard cancel, because let's be real, that was kind of a worthless mechanic. You can no longer call an assist in the same situation where you can't tag out. So like, this is probably means that like when you're like blocking, you can't just like mash assist and hold block and have your assist save you, I guess. Air Dragon Rush, so they added a head property. So basically what this means is, like, if your opponent does a Dragon Rush in the air and you try to 2H them, before you would just get Dragon Rush, but now you'll 2H them. Vanish. Chain Z changes trajectory, becoming weird when vanished against. So I'm guessing this is probably like similar to how Super Dash will sometimes do the weird thing against vanish. It's probably similar. I'm not sure if this will affect the OS, where it's like if you see someone vanish, you can raw tag, catch them as like a reaction. You can now cancel dash with special moves, so that's pretty good. Now this is more of a quality of life change, but when a character's KO'd, and now the game will show you how many Dragon Balls are collected. They seem to have made like change priority, so now when you're doing special moves, you won't accidentally get reflect. Some more bug fixes, and now we move on to the individual character stuff. So they removed the head property on the 236L, 236M. Basically, like, how you could 2H it, so now you won't be able to 2H it, so that's pretty good. It seems that it's specifically the grounded version of the move, so I'm not sure how that goes. Yeah. It's Super Saiyan Vegeta. They changed his jump 2H. So basically now, have you ever seen base form Vegeta's jump 2H? It looks, basically, they've universalized that, so now they have the same jump 2H. Piccolo, they decrease the startup on 2S and increase the hitbox, so that's a buff. The assist, the orb no longer disappears during cinematics as long as Piccolo is still on screen. That is a buff. 236L, wall bounces on hit now. Okay, so let me specify, the grounded version wall bounces on hit now. That's pretty good. Jump 236L and H decrease the startup, change the falling speed on hit, increase on tech time. That's pretty good. 3 and 6S increase the hitbox, knocks opponent back on hit, change the effect on hit. I'm not sure what the effect is going to be, but bigger hitboxes are never a bad thing, and they decrease the startup on 3S, so it's a little bit faster now. In Teen Gohan's case, they, on his 5LL, basically, so the buff to 5LL is actually really good, because now you get kind of similar to how Gohan can get like lightning leg stuff out of his block string, but like Teen Gohan now has something that's like better, because he gets high enough where he can get like mix up afterwards, so you can get like high-low mix ups and stuff. 5LLL, they changed movement speed, changed the effect on hit, increased on tech time, and made the move head property. So now you can 2H it. You can 2H it now. That's pretty good. Well, that's not really good for Gohan. Okay, so most of the changes to 5LLL are good, but giving a head property means that you can 2H it, so it's like kind of a 50-50 there. It's both good and bad. So 2S and JS fix the bug where the ki blast would not explode when hitting things like barriers. Okay, I didn't know that was a thing, but that seems good. So Frieza, 5LLL, they fixed the bug where the cinematic would play out in an odd way. I can understand that. Bug fixes are always nice. Change the effect on hit if it... 214S. So they changed the effect on hit if it hits on the way back. So apparently, because I remember seeing something Sonic Fox said on Twitter, apparently the Frieza's Destructo disc, because you know how it goes forward and then it like comes back. So apparently on the way back it causes a hard knockdown. Now I'm not sure if Sonic Fox was being unclear and he like mix up sliding knockdown and hard knockdown, but if it actually is a hard knockdown, then that's really good. So yeah. On the OTG level 3, which one is that? Oh, okay, I think I know what that is. That's the one where like if Frieza is like on the ground, and it's the one where he like crawls up and then he like blasts you up. The thing he tried to do, the Super Saiyan Goku. So they changed the situations and timing during which the super can be done, increase startup, and increase the damage. They made it a little bit slower, but they gave it more damage. Okay, so that's interesting. For Captain Ginyu, they have decreased the startup on his 5LL, and they made it possible to cancel into S moves during the Z combo for 5LL. So, I think that means that he can now cancel into his S afterwards, so I guess that's pretty good. I'm not sure if that affects how he's going to use the move on block, but it's probably, like, related to, like, you know, calling the Ginyu Force and stuff like that, so that's pretty good. Trunks got a buff on 236L and 236H. You remove the head property, so now you can't 2H it anymore, so that's pretty good. Level 3, they increased the grab range, so that's actually really good. From my understanding, that means, like, I think one of my friends told me that he can combo into his level 3 from mid-screen now, so that's really good. So on 2S, they made the hitbox larger and it blows the opponent back on hit. And this is actually a huge buff. They buffed Cell. So like essentially he can get like full screen corner carry now, and it builds a whole bunch of bar. So yeah, I might actually have to pick Cell back up again. I don't want to play Cell, but it's like he's getting too good. Android 18, they increased the barrier, increased the size of her barrier. Oh, that's pretty good. I did not know that was a thing she couldn't do. Apparently her, what is this? It says 22S and J22S can now protect allied Z assists. So I'm guessing that's the air barrier. And I guess before it didn't protect your assists. So now it protects assists, so that's pretty good. Go Tanks 2H increase the hitbox on the bottom of the move in the initial frames. So I think I know what this is for, because like before, when those characters did like when Go Tanks did 2H against like the smaller characters, sometimes it would whiff. And I remember actually seeing like somebody at a major like lose a set because of that, and it's just oof. 214S, Galactic Donut, they fixed the bug where the move acts strangely when it hit an assist. I don't know what that means, but bug fixes are always nice. So level 3 actually got a pretty significant nerf to its Oki, because basically you can no longer do the 6S mix up anymore, so it's like you can't do anything until you land. So yeah. So now we go to Krillin, who for Jump 2S, they fixed a bug where the Ki Blast would not explode when hitting things like barriers. So that seems to have been like a universal bug where if it hit if a Ki Blast or something that was supposed to explode hit a barrier, it wouldn't explode. On his Kamehameha wave, it increased the untech time, so that probably makes it a bit easier to follow up. 214S reduced recovery on whiff or block, so that's pretty good. Kid Buu 236L, the grounded version, they increased the startup, so they made it a little bit slower. And for the air level 1, they increased the up untech time if it's on the way down, made it cross up less often after hitting. And that's a slight nerf. It's like one of those buff nerf types of changes. Fat Buu 5M got pushback reduced, so it makes it a little bit easier to follow up. 5H decreased, they made it faster. Oh my god. That's gonna be annoying to deal with. They changed the movement speed. The upper hitbox has been reduced. That's pretty It's another 50-50 change. They made it better, and they like made the hitbox a little bit smaller. Nappa, to my understanding, they made plant faster, so that's pretty good. So for the I think it's the Cyberman that does 2 hits, 214S, the second hit got a little bit faster, so that's pretty good. Android 16, his assist is dead. The block stun on that move is like non-existent now. 214S made it a multi-hit move. What's 214S? That's what is 214S for 16? I can't remember. I don't know what move that is, but apparently it's a multi-hit now. I don't know what 214S is. My brain is doing the dead. 236S, decrease startup, recovery on whiff decrease. Okay, so it's a little bit faster. Okay, so that's just a straight buff to it. Level 3, fix the bug where the last hits could be blocked when ultimate Z changes at a specific timing. Change opponent's distance after hit. So a bug fix and a significant nerf. So now he no longer gets the insane 50-50s on his level 3 where it's like he can do high-low cross-up, command grab. Like he doesn't get that anymore because they get knocked farther away. So now your level 3 Oki is kind of similar to like mid-screen Final Flash Oki. So that's what you get. Just straight Yamcha buffs. I'm happy about that. They made Okay, so then there was a slight buff to Hurricane, so that's pretty good. It seems that the buff is universal across all versions of Hurricane, so that's pretty good. The Wolfang Fist moves are better against airborne opponents now, so that's pretty good. Let's move on to Tien. Tien got some reduced landing recovery, so it's a little bit better on 214. Is that the I think that's the spike move. I think that's a spike move. I'm not sure. So level 3, they altered the damage distribution of the follow-ups. I don't know if that's a buff or a nerf. Adult Gohan, 5H increases pushback on block and removes momentum. This is actually pretty big because now you can't do 5H into 2H and lightning legs. So it's a nerf to 5H as far as block strings are concerned, but it's not really that big a deal because, I mean, his block strings are still plenty long enough anyway, and 3L exists, so it's not. So what this effectively does is that now your block strings outside of potential unleashed are a little bit less potent, but they're not as bad. Apparently they reduced the amount that Gohan moves for 2H. From what I've seen, it's like not really a noticeable difference, so it's not really doing anything. So I don't know. So here's the thing. This is probably my favorite change. So on the level up, apparently, the more bars you spend, the more damage you get. So this is actually a pretty big buff for me specifically. For me personally, because I'm the type of Gohan player who likes to just dump all my bars in to try and get level 7 Gohan as quickly as possible. And this is pretty good because now, because before like spending 5 bars on level up will give you the same damage as just regular level 1. So now you actually get a benefit to spending a bunch of bars on moves, and this is actually pretty good because now essentially he has level 2 super. So those situations where Gohan would do level 1 and they would just barely live, now he doesn't have to do that. Now he doesn't have to Now he doesn't have to DHC. Well, that's also really good because a lot of situations, in order to kill, I would have to switch off Gohan and then have to play neutral as somebody else in order to find that hit to get Gohan back in. So now there's that, and then like a lot of situations in anchor situations where I'm left with just Gohan, I don't have to spend 3 bars when I can just spend 2, so that's pretty good. And for level 3, there was a bug fix where sometimes the opponent would appear in the cinematic, so that's pretty good. Now we move on to Hit. So Hit got his level 1 buffed so crazily because apparently now he gets like side switch mix-ups off of his air level 1, so that's really good. They changed the timing where Ultimate Z changes are doable, so they removed the bug where I think there was like a bug where you could do like level 3 into level 3 or something like that. So they fixed that bug, and on 236, I think this is grounded level 1, they increased the hitbox on it. Let's see. Yeah, that's that. That's what I just talked about. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much the gist of Hit stuff. Goku Blue. So Goku Blue. Goku Blue got some, they're not huge changes. He only got 2 changes, but they're pretty big. And so essentially his command grab, he now teleports before he does the command grab, and that's really good. So it's a little bit slower, but it's fine because he just teleports to them, so it's a better take throw now. And his shoulder tackle, it reflects Ki Blast earlier now, and that's pretty good for me because that's actually the reason why I picked up Goku Blue in the first place, was because this was back when Vegeta Assist was really stupid good before it got that nerf where you could reflect it after if you blocked it. So I was like, I need something to deal with Vegeta Assist while also being able to close in on my opponent, because a lot of times what was happening before was that I would try to approach, and I would get hit out of my approach by Vegeta Assist, And so I picked up Goku Blue to be kind of able to like close distance while also dealing with Vegeta Assist. So this is a welcome buff. Vegeta Blue, he got the same change that Super Saiyan Vegeta got, where J2H is now the same as base Vegeta, so that's good. Apparently the command grab reflects Ki Blast. I did not know that. So that's cool. Let's see. Now we move on to Beerus. Beerus got some really good buffs. So on his 2-on-4 moves, he got they decreased the startup, so it's a little bit faster, and it increased movement speed, so it's just a better move now. 236S, they decreased the startup and decreased the total duration. 214S, they decreased startup and added armor property during the middle of the move. For those who don't know, that is his DP. And basically, they fixed it so that you couldn't super dash through his DP anymore. On level 3, the recovery on hit has been decreased, so now he gets better Oki after his level 3. That's really good. Goku Black. I know Goku Black got buffed. Let's see. So, okay, so he just got buffs to his supers. So both his supers got buffed. Let's see. Android 21. 5M pushback decrease. So okay, so 5M no longer like pushes you back. So it's basically like what Gohan's 5H does now, Android 21's 5M doesn't do anymore. So when Android 21 absorbs the barrier, it protects the assist now. So that's good. Her level 3 got buffed. So now basically Android 21's air level 3 is basically Bardock level 3. Bardock Lariat, no, that's not Lariat, that's 214. That's the spinning mixer. They increased the untech time, so that's pretty good. Level 3 got nerfed like crazy. So not only did they increase the recovery if you hit it, but they also made your opponent land farther away from you. So basically, like, Bardock level 3 is, it's kind of dead. Broly increased the hitbox on his 2H on the bottom of the move. So basically, if opponent's short, they still get 2H'd. His armor moves start earlier down, so that's good. Vegito got... Okay, so this is really good. So his jump 2H is jump cancelable now. And the reason why this is important because, like, now he gets, like, a side switch from his jump 2H. So now you don't have to, like, spend that extra meter to get the corner when you're, like... You don't basically... You know how your bread and butter combo would side switch with Vegito? Now you don't have to side switch because you can, you know, side switch with jump 2H and then it's jump cancelable. So you do that and then you do the command throw to throw them back into the corner. So that's really good. They seem to have increased the damage on 236LM. I think that's the punch move, the one where you like punch them down. So they increased the damage on that, the minimum damage on that. Fusamasu, they increased the movement speed on 5M. They made it easier to follow up into 236 after 236S. So that's good. I think it's like that's the one where he like slashes you and you like get sliding knockdown. So that's good. They fixed the bug on level 3, so that's good. Base Goku, they increased the armor on the Kaioken follow-ups. They added the invulnerability during the M follow-up. They decreased the startup on the S and 2S, so that's really good because there's a lot of times where I would like mess that up. So they made it a little bit faster. Base Vegeta got some decreased recovery on JS and 2S and J2S, so that's really good because that like helps with his Oki a lot. They decreased the recovery on his J2H. They decreased the active frame, then they decreased the horizontal movement. So did they just like swap the 2H's between the Vegetas? I'm gonna have to like mess around with base Vegeta because I have like my secondary team of Blue Vegeta, Bardock, and Goku, and I'm probably gonna drop Bardock if we're being real. And I was looking at base Vegeta, so this is welcome changes. Android 16, they gave him some bug fixes on his 236LM cooler. They fixed the bug on his assist where his DP wouldn't push them back more specifically, the cooler assist wouldn't push the opponent back, so they fixed that. And a bug fix on the air super, where he I think it's like a dive bomb. So they fixed the bug where the cinematic would look weird when this move killed. So those are essentially the changes. I'm pretty interested to see how it works out and how everything plays out. I'm not really complaining. The only character that I really play like that, Gohan, got a pretty minuscule nerf, and the buff was one that is extremely welcome. Vegeta, I'm not sure how J2H, the change to J2H is actually going to affect me, because I'm not sure if this is going to affect his side switch combos where you would do a vanish, and then you would do with J2H, and then you would get, JLLL, and you would get sliding knockdown off of the side switch. So I don't know if it's going to affect that. Yamcha just got straight buffs, so no complaints here, because, Yam Yamcha squad for life. So yeah, I'm pretty good changes. If there was one complaint I would make, it's that Cell got buffed. Come on, Arxis, please. Gotenks is apparently really good, so I don't know. I may end up messing with that character, for being real. But yeah, that's going to cover it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I will probably be uploading, more matches and such by the end of the week. I'm trying to get my equipment and stuff back up and running. For those of you who are curious, the reason why I haven't been streaming lately is because my capture card died on me, so I have to get another capture card and get all that stuff set up and fixed. So until then, streams are on hold. But as soon as that gets fixed again, I will be back to streaming and all that jazz. So yeah, if you like this video, share it with your friends. Leave a comment for anything you want to see in future videos. And thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful day.